Life and Teaching of the Masters of the Far East by Baird T. Spalding, Volume 6. A word from the publisher. Over many years and many moves, from downtown Los Angeles to Eagle Rock to Santa Monica to Marina del Rey, Divorce and Company was long in possession of 10 cartons of materials relating to Baird T. Spalding, author of the immensely successful Life and Teaching of the Masters of the Far East. Because it was supposed that the cartons held nothing but proofs, printer's correspondence, memos, receipts, and other purely clerical materials relating to the initial printing and subsequent reprinting of the 5 volumes over the years, they remained dilapidated and unvisited, covered with a heavy layer of dust in a remote corner of Divorce's huge warehouse. In May of 1990, prompted by curiosity and hopeful that they might hold something of greater interest, even of importance, I moved the cartons to my office, emptied them, and began the slow process of sorting through their contents. To be sure, there was a preponderance of uninteresting, purely clerical material. But, to my delight, there was also much else, including biographical material, letters to and from Spalding, manuscripts, typed scripts, documents, photographs, correspondence from the 1935-36 India tour party, Spalding's personal effects found at the motel in Arizona where he died, and pages from the long-defunct Mind magazine, published by Divorce for a decade beginning in 1929, to which Spalding contributed numerous articles between 1935 and 1937, accompanied by the question and answer format with which readers of Volume 5 are familiar. The years following the discovery of these precious materials saw the slow process of reviewing and cataloging them, then newly storing them, this time in appropriate files, according access for further research, including the compilation of this volume. Through the friendly cooperation of the Philosophical Research Society in Los Angeles and the New York Public Library, neither of which had a complete set, I was able to assemble a complete record of the contributions of Spalding to Mind magazine, for which the reader now has only to turn to the pages of this book. 3 years to the month before the discovery of these materials, Divorce and Company was in receipt of the only communication it has ever had from someone purporting to have information about Baird T. Spalding. All of our efforts, before and since, to find persons with knowledge of Spalding have been unavailing, serving to reinforce the sense that, even in his lifetime, he was an elusive figure, despite his also having had a wide circle of friends and acquaintances. Just one of the many paradoxes surrounding this almost mythical man. In her communication, Ms. Lois Binford Proctor shared the recollections of the late Dr. Neba Del Hunter of the Quimby Center at Alamogordo, New Mexico, who knew Baird Spalding very well and told me of her experiences with him. We are pleased to share these experiences with the kind permission of Ms. Proctor. Readers familiar with Volume 5 of Life and Teaching of the Masters of the Far East will recall the eulogy of Baird Spalding spoken by Douglas Divorce, Spalding's publisher, at the memorial service held on Sunday, March 22, 1953, at Carr Mortuary Chapel in Tempe, Arizona. We here include the other eulogy given on this occasion, spoken by Spalding's friend David Bruton. The 2 talks should be read in conjunction with each other, as indicated by the order of Mr. Bruton's remarks. Volume 6 of Life and Teaching of the Masters of the Far East complements the preceding 5 volumes and consists then of the following elements. 1. Articles and questions and answers, all by Spalding, from Mind magazine. 2. A new biographical sketch of Spalding from Mind magazine. 3. Manuscripts and papers by Spalding. 4. David Bruton's eulogy of Spalding. 5. Dr. Nevedell Hunter's recollections of Spalding as recounted by Lois Binford Proctor. 6. A miscellany of letters, photographs, and other Spalding memorabilia. Every effort has been made to ensure that the materials reproduced in the third section are Spalding's own compositions. Quotation marks have been used to signal titles improvised where none appeared in the original. With Volume 6, the Spalding canon can be presumed closed, with confidence that its message, of benefit to millions over some 3/4 of a century, has been presented in the fullness of its content and human interest. Arthur Bergera, Editor.